Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to start today's swearing-in ceremony, and today's a great day. 6 new hires, 6 new career hires for the city of Mentor. That's huge for the Mentor Fire Department and the city. We had our busiest year ever last year, and the guys back there have worked a lot, covered a lot of calls, did a great job keeping the community safe, and so we're looking forward to the 6 new hires really making a difference within our department. And I want to thank Mentor City Council and our city manager and city administration for authorizing the addition. I'm Fire Chief Bob Searles, and I have the privilege to serve this community. Mentor is a great community, and it supports our public safety services very well, both police and fire. And I'm proud of the way that our members deliver service to the community. I think it's a cut above, and I think they go the extra to make sure that we take care of our community. You know, having been around for a lot of years, if I had to start my career again, Mentor would be the community that I pick. It's been a great community to serve, and the residents deserve the very best service, and that's what we're asking you guys to carry on. Our neighboring public safety officials, I need to mention them because they do a great job working with us and making our delivery a little bit better. We had a working structure fire at a commercial building last night, and we put a pretty good response on the initial assignment, but Willoughby Fire came with a ladder truck, their battalion chief, and their fire chief, and certainly when that happens, it makes our fire ground a lot safer. And when we have a fire, we just don't end the calls there, they keep coming. And a lot of times we rely on our neighbors to come in and help us out, and without them, we wouldn't be able to deliver the service that we do deliver. That said, I want to thank you and welcome you to the City of Mentor. And I want to congratulate you for not only being appointed as a new member, but your family for all the support that they have given to you, and I know will continue to give you throughout your career. This isn't an easy job, and when you have family and loved ones behind you, you know, there's days that you're going to need to rely on them. So thank you for coming, and thank you to the family, and congratulations for your loved ones being appointed today. We'll work to keep them safe, and I'm sure you'll continue to support them. I also want to do a couple housekeeping items. I want to thank the Civil Service Commission for the fine job they do. This is a very competitive process, and it takes a lot to get candidates to the testing site and through the test, and then after that we do some pretty thorough background checks. And Sharon Gladdy is here. She's the recording secretary for the Civil Service Commission, and I want to thank her for all the work she does because I think she got us some good candidates. I also need to thank Annette. She's not here today, but Annette and Brenda set up the room downstairs. I think they keep the fire department running, but after the formal ceremony there'll be refreshments, and Brenda set that all up today. Annette did some work before she left to get that taken care of, so thank you. And I want to thank Ante and his crews, the guys behind the camera here. They're going to record this swearing-in ceremony today, and what they do is a great job of capturing the moments, and they share them on social media for you to enjoy. And I want to thank them for being here today. Before I introduce our new hires, I'd like to ask my boss, City Manager and Public Safety Director, Mr. Ken FILIPIAK, to come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and again, boy, it's a great turnout. As the chief started off, I'll start off the same way. This is one of the best days that we have during the course of our year, when we're able to bring on some new employees, in particular in our safety department. And we have a great turnout here today, and it's never surprising because the group that you're going to be working with is a big family, and we have a lot of family members here today, and our current staff here has heard me say this many times, but you're entering into a second family here, and you know, we want you to think of it that way, because the people that are here in this room that you're going to be serving with, and there are a lot of them, You know, it's not just the firefighter paramedics that you're going to be working alongside. It's the police department, it's our dispatch, it's our service department, it's our administrative services, it's city council. I want to recognize Councilman Ray Kirchner, who's here. And they're all here for the same reason, to let you know that we got your back, okay? This community has a tremendously high level of service. You know, we try to be the best at what we do. We work harder at it than I think other communities. This is one of the finest fire departments in the state of Ohio, and it's not by accident. It's from the collective work of the people in this room and many, many years of dedication and support by the community that we serve. And we never forget that. So our residents think extremely highly of the fire department, our police department, and all of our community services that we provide. But in particular, they know that when there's a problem, our people are going to be there. They're going to be there fast. They're going to be there in a compassionate manner, and they're going to take care of them. And that's a level of trust that's been established over decades, and you're going to become a part of that. So we're going to ask a lot of you over the years, but we're going to give back to you just as much. So I want to thank all of you for being here. As the chief said, you can be sure that we're going to do our best to take care of these 6 very energetic, young, new firefighters for us. I want to thank our city council again. We're adding 6 new firefighters to our full-time staff. That hasn't happened in a very long time in the city, and it's just another expression of the commitment that we have to our community in maintaining that service that we think is the best. So welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir. We are very honored to have the Honorable Judge Trebets here today to administer the oath of office to our new hires. He's going to do that a little bit later today in the ceremony, but I'd like to ask him to come up and just say a few words. So, the Honorable Judge John Trebets. Thank you, sir.
You know, I know how it feels now when the New York Yankees had those great teams, and they had Lou Gehrig batting, and then they had Babe Ruth batting, and I feel like the guy that batted after them after I hear the chief and the city manager, because all I can say is ditto, you know, thank you on everything. This is a real proud moment for me because I have the honor of swearing you folks in, and I mean that. I got a kick out of it because the chief called the office, and usually there's somebody else that reminds us, you know, that we have to be there and that, and he called himself to remind me. I got news for you. Nobody had to remind me. If I had to walk from Cleveland, I'd have been here. That's how much I think of our safety services. We're so blessed, just as they had said. We have our police chief and other policemen here. We have other firefighters, and we're a family. That is true. And with that being said, I want to congratulate the grandparents that are here because they started this. And then I want to congratulate the parents that are here because I think the most important job we have in the world is being a parent. Because without your fine work, we wouldn't have these fine people here today. So I commend you folks, and I thank you for that. Also the brothers and sisters and fiance and all that, thank you. We're very blessed to have these people. Our safety forces are so courageous and wonderful, and we are blessed to have you folks. And it's very important that you know how important you are, because a lot of society wants to phone it in or Zoom it in and do that kind of thing. And safety services don't do that. They can't take a day off when it's cold, right, or snowy. They can't not answer the phone or have a busy signal. And you know what? These fine people, when there's danger, they run towards it when everybody else runs away. So God bless you people. We're so fortunate to have you. And it is my honor and a privilege to swear you all in. And remember, we're here to be the best. We're here to be the best. And to be the best, I studied this. What is it that makes you the best? The best parent, the best at your job? What is it that makes people the best? And I found there's a common denominator, two common denominators. You work the hardest and you care the most. Work the hardest, care the most, you'll be the best. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to respectfully call the judge back up in a few minutes. Before I introduce the other chief officers in the Mentor Fire Department, who are great chief officers, I want to acknowledge Police Chief Gunch and his staff, and Nina, she's standing up in the back, and her staff for the fine job that they do. We rely on them daily, and they take good care of us. We get along with all the city departments, but we have a special relationship with police and dispatch. So thanks for being here, Chief and Nina. It's now my privilege to introduce the two chief officers that make this department run. We work together. I'm so fortunate that they're part of the staff. And I'd like to call Deputy Chief Ron Zach and Deputy Chief Bob Evans up here now. And as they're coming up, I'd also like to acknowledge our union president, Jason Benton. Jason works with administration. He does an incredible job making sure that we do our job and work together to keep the guys in his membership safe. And I want to thank you for being here today, Jason. So, Deputy Chief Ron Zach is in charge of operations. He's got an incredible amount of responsibility. And between him and Bob Evans, who's in charge of staff, they really run the operations of the fire department. They were on the hiring committee for the new hires. They made the selection and recommendation, and I think they did a fine job. They picked 6 great new hires, and they did the good work that they always do. So I'd like to turn it over to Deputy Chief Ron Zach and Deputy Chief Bob Evans. They'll be introducing the new hires. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Chief. If the new hires can all kind of step up to the railing and just turn around and face, and when we call your name, just step forward. So to just a quick statistic to prove Chief SEARLES, Mr. FILIPIAK, and Judge Trebets' point that this is a great department. We are a combination department. We have full and part-time. And since 2019, we've put on 18 career personnel. Of those 18, 14 came from our part-time ranks and 4 from the outside. Of those 18, 6 came from a career department, 2 Mentor, which proves this is a great place to work. And of those 6, 3 of them were part-time here before and wanted to come back. I'll start with Alexandra Bryner. Alexandra is 23 years old, 22. She's a lifelong resident of Eastlake. She graduated from Willoughby South in 2017. After high school, she went on to get her EMT and fire training, completed that in 2019, roughly. She worked in the trauma department at Hillcrest Hospital for 2 years. Went to paramedic school. We hired her last June part-time. And this February, March, April, she completed her paramedic school and was offered a job 2 months later. Alexandra likes to, in her off time, work on a house she just acquired, play softball, volleyball, and has become really interested in fishing. So now with her new work schedule, after shifts, she can go out with a couple other friends that are firefighters and fish. So Alexandra, if you want to introduce who's here today for you.
I brought my dad and my grandma with me today.
Nice to meet you. Christopher Kraft. Christopher is 29 years old. He lives in Madison with his wife Taylor and daughter Lennon. Chris was a graduate of Geneva High School. He was also an explorer here for about 2 years back in 07, 08, 09, roughly. Yeah. After high school, he went into the Marine Corps for 5 years. He worked. He was at Yuma, Arizona. He did aircraft maintenance. So he kind of put those, their Harrier jets, kept those in service for us for a bunch of years, and had to steal from old aircraft to make the other ones fly. So we appreciate his service. After he came back from the military, he still had a passion for the fire service. So he did his EMT, his paramedic. He worked 10 years in Geneva as a called-on paid firefighter. In 2019, he came here to Mentor as a part-timer, and he's one of our dependables, which he works every third shift with the full-time staff. And so it's nice to bring Chris on career. Hey, Chris, who do you have here in attendance?
I have my mom, my nephew, my wife, my daughter, my dad, and my father.
Congratulations, Christopher.
Chandler? Chandler's 26 years old. He was raised and currently resides in Chesterland. Chandler was an explorer with the Chesterland Fire Department, and he currently has been working there since 2013. He was one of our part-timers from 2016 to 2018 and had to leave when he was hired North Ridgeville Fire Department full-time. We're glad that he's back. We're excited to have him, and I'm sure he's excited to be here. So Christopher, who do you have here from your family?
My fiance Jess, my best friend Teddy, fiance's dad Mike, fiance's girlfriend Vanessa, my brother Ari. So, fiance's mom Chrissy, fiance's boyfriend Chris, my mother, and her friend Gloria. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you, Chad. Good job.
Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Deputy Chief Evans.
Josh Maltry. There you go. Josh is 25 years old. He grew up here in Mentor and recently moved to Painesville Township. He was a Mentor Fire Explorer before completing his Fire Education Auburn Career Center in 2016. He attended Lakeland Community College for his paramedic training and graduated in 2019 from that. He's been a part-time Mentor fireman since 2017 and recently worked at Fairport Harbor full-time, where we acquired him. Josh enjoys spending time with his family and friends, and if you want to introduce your family and friends that are here.
I brought my parents, my sister, and boyfriend.
Frank? Frank Virant is 26 years old. He grew up in Geneva. He graduated from Geneva High School in 2014. Frank completed his fire school at Auburn Career Center and his paramedic training at UH Hospitals in Conneaut. He's also a certified fire inspector. Frank moved to Mentor in 2019 with his wife Brittany, and they're expecting their first baby on Sunday, right? A baby boy. Frank enjoys being outside with his family and friends, cooking out or working on his family's vineyard, which is the Virant family winery. So, Frank, if you want to introduce your family and friends that are here.
Brought my wife Brittany today and our soon-to-be-born son Jack.
All right. Robert, if you want to step forward. So Robert Zoul is 24 years old. He grew up here in Mentor. He played hockey, baseball, and lacrosse. He attended NDCL, where he helped the hockey team win the Virant Cup and was awarded the Defenseman of the Year and the Hobie Baker Character Award for Sportsmanship and Excellence. In lacrosse, he was named MVP. He received his associate's degree in fire science from Hocking College, where I went 29 years ago. A lot has changed down there since then. He began working for the Mentor Fire Department part-time in 2020. And in his free time, Robert enjoys fishing, boating, and hiking. If you want to introduce the family and friends that you have here.
I got my grandparents, my parents, my aunt, my sister.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you, Bob and Ron. We processed a huge number of candidates to get these 6 fine candidates, and I think we got the best. I think you guys did an excellent job. I too want to congratulate you. And now the time has come. We're going to call the Honorable Judge Trebets back up to administer the all-important oath of office. He's going to arrange you guys, because this isn't his first show. He's going to get you so the camera can see you, so I'm going to turn it over to the judge.
I think Jonathan's going to get you lined up the way you need to be. Are we good? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, because I didn't want to do all 6 individually, so thank you. I appreciate that. And everybody's been so prim and proper. When we're done here, I expect you to applaud, and you could hoop and holler if you want to, okay? All right. Please raise your right hand. I state your name. solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution
Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Ohio,
of the State of Ohio,
and observes the provisions
and observe the provisions
of the Charter
of the Charter
and ordinances
and ordinances
of the Municipality
of the Municipality
of Mentor,
of Mentor,
and that I will
and that I will
faithfully and impartially
faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all duties
all duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as firefighter paramedic
as firefighter paramedic
of the Mentor Fire Department,
of the Mentor Fire Department,
Lake County, Ohio,
Lake County, Ohio,
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
and understanding.
and understanding.
Congratulations.
There's a special tradition in the fire department, and it's the pinning of the new firefighters' badge of office. Each of our new firefighters have picked someone special to them to pin their badge, and I'd like you to call them up now to pin your badge, so whoever you chose. This is a good time to take a lot of pictures, and if you want to move and get up and take picture or video, this is a very special moment. So we'll get started here in 1 minute when everybody's up. Okay. To the new firefighters, congratulations, and to the family, thank you. Thank you for sharing them with us. We're going to do our best to keep them safe, and we're in this together. As the city manager said, this is now one big family, and we're so lucky to have you guys. So as we close the ceremony, I want to say a few words. I think you've made a good choice selecting the city of Mentor for a career. The city, no doubt, will support you as they have, and there's no doubt that you will serve the city well. I think there'll be great opportunities for you to make a difference, and many of you already have in people's lives, and you will make a difference throughout your career serving this community. This is a membership of select membership, your special group to be a part of the fire department and the bigger public safety delivery system in Lake County. And our job is to take care of each of you and your families, and your job is to continue to take care of this community. We will work to keep them safe. The members of this department are an experienced group of firefighters, and they care, and they work well together, so you're joining a great team of those group of guys back there. We welcome you to take pictures before we go downstairs for the reception. The reception's an informal reception. It's going to be in the second floor conference room. We'll help you get there. And if you can give these new Mentor firefighters another round of applause. And we hope that you join us downstairs in the conference room, and the fire station is always open for you to come by and take a look at the great equipment we have and the working environment that they're going to spend the next couple decades in serving this community. This concludes the formal part of our ceremony. Thank you for coming, and stay well. Congratulations.